You're watching Apna Watan TV. My name is Armeen and this is Girl, Be For Real. Me, my mom, and my dad, and almost every parent on earth, we're in this constant loop. 1 minute we're fighting, and then the next we're laughing, and then fighting again, and we're laughing again. There is no middle ground. So one day, I was sitting in the living room. I wasn't even making any noise. I was perfectly quiet. And then my mom yells from the kitchen, "Be quiet, you're making a lot of noise." I wasn't even talking. "What do you mean be quiet?" So I told her, I wasn't even talking. And she yelled, "You're talking again. What am I supposed to do?" And then we started fighting. And then we stopped. So I went to my room and slammed the door lightly because survival matters. And then she knocked on my door an hour later. "Armeen, do you want chai?" Okay, I guess. That's her way of saying sorry. If I think about it, parents don't really say sorry. They give food as their sorry. So my mother, she would either give me mangoes or chips. That's it. And my father, he'd just give me money. He doesn't even care about saying sorry. One day, she buys green bananas. And this is not green, but she did buy green bananas. I told her, they're not ripe. She said, they'll ripen. And I'm like, so when can we eat them? And then she's like, you're so negative. She buys green bananas. And now I know these are not green, but one day she did. And she told me, they'll ripen. And I told her, Mama, they're not even ripe yet. Why did you buy them? She's like, they'll ripen, don't worry. And I'm like, so when can we eat them? And she's like, why are you so negative? And then suddenly she gave me a life lecture about my mental health, how I keep on going on that screen, and now about bananas. Hours later, she slices one and she gives it to me and smiles. Weren't we fighting 2 minutes ago? But okay, I guess. That's not you, but it's you. Sorry, Mama. I made you the bad guy. So last week, I was scrolling on my iPad. It was around 11:30 and suddenly my mother barges in like a detective. She asks, "What are you doing?" And I say, "Nothing, I'm sleeping." And she's like, "Why is your bed glowing?" Then after that, guess what? She gave me a 30-minute lecture about how the phone and iPads are ruining our brains, me and my brothers. And then 2 minutes later, she asks, "Do you want chips?" It's 12:02, but okay, I guess. I want chips. Oh, that is you. Dads, they don't really fight. Instead, they sigh like a long, disappointed exhale that will make you feel guilty for everything bad you've done in your life, even if you've done nothing wrong. One day, my father told me, "Pass the remote." And I'm like, "It's right next to you." He sighed. I started feeling guilty. I passed it anyway. And that is Baba. Last month, I remember this story because it was honestly very hilarious, yet also very traumatic. She walks in, she looks at me and says, "What is this mess?" It's one sock on the floor. "What do you mean, mess?" She starts arguing with me about my messy lifestyle, saying I don't clean my room even though I do. Okay, sometimes parents overreact, when they just don't get it. Like, for example, you might sneeze once and they call the doctor. They call your aunt and they ask what medicine to feed. And sometimes they'll feed you Panadol even though you don't need it. There is no situation where my mother won't summon me for chai, okay? So either I'm in the shower, or I'm doing my homework, or I'm playing a game. "Armeen, can you make me some chai?" "No, Mama, I can't make you chai. I'm busy." And then she scolds me on why I don't listen to her or obey her. Okay, I guess. It's really tiring, but yeah. One time, I walked into the kitchen to get water. Okay? My mother is on a call with my khala talking about my very successful cousin who might get really rich. She's gonna become a doctor and she is very hardworking. Okay? Then she starts telling me, why don't you be like her? You should be like her. How much she studies and all and all and all, right? So I told her, adopt her then. And then I get a life lecture about how I'm not hardworking and I should be more like her. What have I done wrong here? But here's the truth. Even though me and my mom fight a lot, I hate it when she's actually mad at me. I hate it. They might yell at me. They could even shout at me. It's fine, but it's not as bad as being ignored. They are my safe space, the people I tell everything to, and nobody can outshine them. So, despite how much we fight, we might always be enemies to best friends, and then enemies again, and then best friends, in a constant loop, always and forever. This is Armeen, and girl, be for real.
You are watching Apna Watan.